As the UK prepares to ring in the new year, some countries around the world have already welcomed 2024. Australia was one of the first, marking the new year with a 12-minute-long fireworks show from the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The display was watched by more than 1 million people from boats and along the promenade. China followed shortly after, bringing in the year with a countdown and display at Shugang Park in Beijing. And in the last hour, Thailand celebrated by setting off around 50,000 fireworks over the Chao Phraya River in Bangkok.
Now, are you in 2024 yet? Countries around the world are celebrating the new year. Auckland in New Zealand was the first major city to mark the start of 2024. And in Australia, of course, huge crowds gathered in Sydney for one of the world's most spectacular firework displays over the Harbour Bridge and Opera House. Countries across parts of Asia, the latest to welcome in the new year, as Rachel McAdam reports.
New Year's celebrations have officially begun. Auckland in New Zealand became the first major city to mark the start of 2024 with this light show on its Harbour Bridge and Sky Tower. Sydney followed on from Auckland with huge crowds gathering to watch a spectacular firework display over the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. Japan has welcomed in the new year with this bell-ringing ceremony in Tokyo, followed shortly after by Seoul in South Korea. Fireworks then lit up the sky in Hong Kong, while in Taiwan, crowds enjoyed this display at the Taipei 101 skyscraper. Countries across the rest of the world are still gearing up for midnight celebrations, and in some places, preparations are still underway.
Tonight's New Year's Eve bongs from Big Ben will mark 100 years since the iconic sounds were first broadcast to the nation. The striking of the bells of Big Ben has become synonymous with the start of a new year and began the tradition of marking the new year across the UK and around the world. While many will be seeing in the new year with fireworks, there are warnings about the impact it can have on our pets. The Dogs Trust says people should look out for signs their dogs are stressed and change their routines to help them cope.
Your dog could be showing signs of stress just from panting or yawning, maybe pacing, but right through to barking every time they hear a firework, or toileting in the house as well, shaking, like I say, trying to find somewhere to hide. So it can be a real range of emotions for your dog. If you're in crisis moment and you've got a dog that you know is going to struggle with fireworks over the new year, then the things we would recommend is to change their routine leading up to the fireworks. So for tonight, I'd be taking my dog out early to go to the toilet, take them for their walk early, so that you can get them settled for the evening.
And India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka are amongst the latest nations to welcome in 2024. Don't forget you can follow along with all the New Year celebrations happening around the world on our special live page that you will find on the BBC News website or app. Later, of course, we have Paris, Berlin, London and New York amongst others. Very shortly, in about the next half an hour's time, we will have the fireworks from Dubai. The Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest tower, will light up. They are going to use a total of 15,682 pyrotechnics off the world's tallest tower. Do stay with us here on BBC News as we welcome in 2024 around the world.